Today we're going to be going over a lot of the punk variants that were going about at YCS Hartford. I was going to do this video yesterday, but I ran out of time before I had to go to work. So let's take a look. This is the list that Brandon Hooker took and got top 8 with. Now this is Adventurer Punk, and this deck looks really cool. Now for the adventure stuff, I'm going to go card by card because there's a lot of things that people are going to be questioning about. You have 1 Artifact Scythe, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Droll, 3 Veiler, 1 Snow, 1 Jet Synchron, 2 Magician Souls, 1 Deer Note, 3 Foxy Tune, 1 Ogre Dance, and 2 Amin. We have 1 Red Rose Dragon, 1 Rox Rose Dragon, a Wandering Griffin Rider, and 3 Water Enchantress of the Temple, 2 Illusion of Chaos, 1 Basil Rose Shoot, 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Draco Back, 3 Emergency Teleport, 1 Fateful Adventure, a Foolish Burial, 3 Droplet, and the 3 Rite of our Seer. Now for the side deck, we have the Necroworld Banshee, double Nibiru, 1 Token Collector, double Dark World No More, 1 Twin Twister, 1 Zombie World, triple Anti-Spell, triple Evenly Matched, and 1 Raider Reboot. Now for the extra deck, we have 1 Barone, 1 Chaos Roller, 1 Herald, 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, a Psychic and Punisher, 1 Shooting Riser Dragon, a Supreme Sovereign Chenying, a TG1 Magician. Then we have Access Code Talker, Artifact Dagda, also the Earth Charmer, Christian Halka Fibrax, the Dark Charmer, Link Karibo, and Celine, Queen of Master Magicians. Now, what is Punk, Adventure, Synchro? It's pretty much just a deck that utilizes Adventure and Punk in the same deck. Both are amazing engines as they get out level 3, level 7s, and for the Punks, they get out level 3, 5, and 8. So your main goal is to go into Chaos Ruler, and then use the Chaos Ruler, if you have another tuner, to go into a Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss for 1 negate. You also have Barone for a second negate, because you use Artifact Scythe and Wonder Magician that is summoned off of Halka Fibrax. Now when Wonder Magician is summoned, you target a spell or trap card on the field and you destroy it. And we all know what Artifact Scythe does. Now, overall, I really like this list, and congrats to Brandon. This list is very good. Next up, we have the next one being from Hani Jawari, and he is running the Adventure Punk variant. No, he's just running Punk Synchro. He's still running the Artifact Scythe in here, but let's talk about some of the choices that he did. We have Triple Sangan with 1 Crusadia Borea. Now, this has been seen in the OCG for a long time, ever since Hulk has been legal. You normal summon out Sangan, you go into Almirage, you search out the Borea, and then you can summon it out to summon out the Hulk, because this isn't an activation of an effect, it is a summoning condition. You can special summon this card in defense position to a zone and link monster point suit. It is a summon that doesn't activate, it just summons itself to the field, which is a very good engine when you look at it, because it's always going to be a free monster no matter what. Now, it's good Ash bait as well for the saying and going to Almirage, because then you could do other plays. But another thing about Borea, it is a tuner, so it can help you go into other things. Now, let's talk about a little extra deck here. So with Chaos Ruler, you can also run the Zombie Vampire. What this does, Chaos Ruler mills 5, you add a light, Zombie Mill or Dark, and Zombie mills 4 from each player's deck, and you special summon a monster that was milled. So you can get free knowledge of your opponent, and you get an additional body on the board. They can go into, if you need to, a Hulk play, or maybe like a Dagda if you're at the end of the combo. But overall, this is a really nice deck. He's also citing Foolish Return, and it selects a card in your opponent's graveyard, return it to the deck, so it gets around a couple certain things here and there. Next up, we have a Therian Punk Adventurer list, and this one was ran by Dominic Couch. Now, let's run down a few options that he chose. As we can see, he's on the Jet Synchron, which is absolutely cool. We have Illegal Knight. This card is, you special summon it from your hand if you control an adventure token. And If you control an adventurer token, target 2 cards your opponent controls, give control of this card to your opponent, and return the cards to the hand. So you are essentially getting rid of 2 cards for 1. This card is very, very good, and I actually think people might start playing it more because of how much utility it brings and how much of a board breaker card it is. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Therians and what he ran. You have Bull Ani. This is a level 7, and it is target Therian card you control and 1 card your opponent controls. Destroy them. It's not a quick effect though, where Reaper is a quick effect to pop a spell or trap card, but I feel like that Bull could be better in certain instances. Then we have Triple Regulus, the Omni Negate, and the Lily Borea being the Rhoda for spells and traps, which we do have a Perpetuating Machine, or an Endless Engine, which is a Foolish Burial for your Therians, and your Rhoda for your Therians being 3 Disc Coliseum, which also protects your cards from being destroyed by sending a Therian or an Endless Engine from your deck to the graveyard instead. Now, overall, this is a very nice list. We are going to be talking about a couple other cards in here. He's running set rotation because he's running Mystic Mine, and because Therian Disc Coliseum is a field spell. We have Lingaribo in the side deck, just in case, because there's sometimes you need that extra trap negate. And the Cyberse in here, I forgot what it is, but it's probably a card that he summons, like IP Masquerena, maybe? No. What is a Cyberse in this deck? I'm trying to remember. I am actually trying to remember that. But Lingaribo is just here because you could do funny stuff with it if you take control of your opponent's stuff, which is nice. You also have in the side deck, you have 1 Anima, which is played here and there. Shooting Riser Dragon, in my opinion, should have just been banned instead of limited. But I like that Psychic End Punisher is seeing a lot of play. This card is actually very cool, and it could be very, very potent. So if your life points are less than or equal to your opponent's life points, this Synchro Summon card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. Once per turn, pay 1,000 life points, then target 1 monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls, banish them. At the start of the battle phase, you can make this card gain attack equal to the life point difference of your life points in your opponent. So it's going to be a walking beat stick no matter what. And in my opinion, this card, very, very great boss monster. Next up, I do have a Flanders list. It is piloted by Kyle Botello, and he got top 16. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about Flanders real quick. A lot of the decks that I saw are almost copy the paste outside of a few tech cards here. And those tech cards are like people running Pot of Extravagance in the main, or not Change Your Heart, Talent in the main or side, or even running Featherstorm in the main or in the side deck. But in my opinion, Flanders is just one of those decks that the monsters just never change outside of Toucan or Stree being a 1/2 of, depending on the player. Also, M-Pin being a 1/2 of. So it's just all dependent on what your opponent, what they want to play. And then finally, we have another Adventurer Punk Synchro deck, and this was ran by Urena. Yeah, Christian Urena. So this list is pretty much what a lot of people know, and it's just running a lot of the same cards, but this one's a little different. He's running Destrudo and Mari Mari because he's also running Yazi. Mari Mari gets additional tokens to the field, which is very useful, and Yazi gets rid of a card on the field as well. And we also see Cupid Pitch and TG Hyper Librarian in here, because you're a synchro deck and you kind of want advantage, which I think is pretty cool. Now, the extra deck is super tight, and if Librarian went to 2 or 3, it really wouldn't have mattered, because you only are able to make 1 and do multiple things. But overall, I really like that Punk Adventure is a deck now, and I've been waiting for it for a while. But I want to know what you guys think about all these Punk Adventure lists and all of that. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye.